Oh, good lord.
And hi there. We, as usual, on our timing on Sunday nights, have people who are frantically trying to get home or whatever from work or issues with family or whatever. There's always something going on, but they will be here shortly. For the time being, I am leaving up the photos so that I'm not swapping too much. My picture will jump around during the evening because as people are able to get home and get on the camera, it'll swap mine around, but I'll leave mine up in spite of the problems, just so when I talk with my hands, everybody can see what I'm saying, because I'm one of those people that has to describe stuff with my hands. My mother was worse than I am, and somebody came up behind her one time and grabbed her hands while she was talking, and she went, "Let go, I can't talk." And they said, "I thought so. I didn't think you could talk without your hands," because we come from a somewhat Latin background. I'm a mix of all kinds of things, but she was from a Latin background, and boy, she had Latin hands. They went all over the place. So we are up with Curse of Strahd again tonight. The party has been bashed, bruised, broken, fought more things than they wanted to fight, fallen off platforms that collapsed under them. They are not in the best of shape. So here we are and where they stand tonight. Let me put this on larger, and so they are licking their wounds as they finished fighting a bunch of ghosts and an Arcanoloth at the same time. Very odd Arcanoloth who sometimes referred to himself as Heinrich, which was very odd. He, in desperation, as they nearly had him dead, he popped himself out of this planar existence and left behind a bunch of his things in the process of so disappearing, which were scattered all over the floor. The group then, as they look around, not in such good health, and have picked up his things, were, I believe, considering going for a rest, if I am correct. Is that what you guys were going to do?
I
I
believe
thought
so.
I thought we were in the middle of the rest.
This is where we are, and where you see on that map is where we left off. You guys were there, and you said you probably would go for a rest, but we just kind of left it at this point. And I will move you to a rest point if you actually went there. But as I will say one thing, that as the party is moving around here and picking up their pieces and checking out to see how badly wounded they are, Sylvia, where she was standing, would be able to have noticed, she has very good perception, and she would have noticed that this point on the wall looked a little odd, and she has a pretty good idea that there's probably some kind of opening or access point at that area. So she will have spotted that before you went to the rest. Whether that will change anything or not, I'm not sure.
Let's try not to die and just rest.
Okay, I will.
Please do not make bad decisions tonight.
No. As much as her sense of adventure is like secrets, no, she's not going to. She's almost as hurt as most of the party, so it's, if not even worse so. So it's like, I'd rather just identify the items than go.
You wound up fighting a lot of things at once because you kind of fell in on a welcoming party at points. So it was pretty bad. Let me slide the ribbon over here so you're seeing the same view from the upper floor. And I'm going to swap out, I'll tell Mike when he is able to get on, that I'm swapping out an actual coin for his little picture that he had there. So that
I thought his
Could have his mini-me.
I thought his coin got thrown into the vortex of that face.
No, not the one. Not the one with the light. I don't think. I think because he would have been blind.
No, he threw that one. He threw that one into the. Yeah, he. Because he
He threw that
initially
in
went.
because it had light and he wanted to see the face, but it never got through to the face because there was some kind of vortex that got
Right.
that sucked it up.
Yeah, it basically disappeared into that. Okay, so he's basically blind then. He's just going to have to walk along with you guys that can see because he isn't able to see very well. I think Apotus has something cast on his. He can always take out his sword, Victor.
Please don't. That's what started the last thing.
All right, so let me grab the group of you and pull you up. I assume to your safe room is where you're planning on going.
I thought the idea was like we didn't want to activate any of the traps, so it was just kind of like
Stay down here.
tiny hut bubble, stay
Okay,
right there.
so at the location where you were, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put you back and adjust it again. All right, so maybe I better leave it on the lower floor then because you would be able to see more of the lower floor than the upper floor, basically the same view, but it gets a little confusing when you're on the wrong floor because you see doors that aren't there and don't see doors that you should see, so it's backwards. So where are you going to place your tiny hut?
Let's see. Centered on my position, so I would kind of squeak here and then just its circumference everybody.
How will the ceiling to floor pillar there affect that? Any way that it would do it?
It doesn't actually say, so I'm assuming that it just kind of like protects that part of the pillar.
Okay. And it's a 10-foot radius, as I recall. Am I right?
Pulling up the spell real quick. Where'd it go? Tiny hut, there it is. Dear game gods, can I level enough to get the fantastical mansion? This would make it so much easier in the future. 10-foot radius immobile dome springs to force around you and remain stationary during the duration. So,
Okay, so you would cast it about like that, I'm assuming?
a little bit further over.
Yeah, I would think the pillar would take up a lot of room that you might want, so...
Yeah. So probably like next to the pillar, on top of everybody,
How's that?
kind of deal. Yeah, it works.
Okay, so I'll pull a POTUS
As long as I'm inside.
in and Vlad in, and we are set. So you are able to get a reasonably decent rest, good enough that you can restore your hit points and your spell points. However, this dungeon is not quiet. First of all is the background sounds of the howling wind which comes through the open door and swirls down the stairways, and of course it's horribly, hideously cold in this place, like a deep freezer. And on top of that, there are, every once in a while, there's little sounds of falling rocks, which probably are pieces of the platform trickling down still, but you're not sure. It just sounds like every once in a while somebody threw a rock down and it kind of rolls down a hill or whatever. And you hear sounds everywhere. There is a distant, vague sound of cackling. There's creepy sounds of groaning and moaning and snuffling and all kinds of sounds, but they're all very distant. They don't seem to come up to your hut. They seem to remain in their own areas. And through it all, every once in a while, you get this feeling like there is a scrying going on, like there's someone somewhere in this place that is just watching. The hair stands up on the back of your neck every once in a while as you're sleeping. So you toss and turn a little bit uneasily during the night, trying to get a good rest.
Okay, one small thing about the hut, it says spells and other magical effects cannot extend through the dome or be cast through it, the atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside.
Yes. And I know
So
you're
at least
comfortable
we will not
inside.
be freezing. Yeah.
But you do hear these
Oh yeah, the
distant, partly
noises.
maybe partly muted because of the dome, but certainly they don't seem to be coming right up or investigating the dome or doing anything. There is just this sense of this temple is not empty. There's sounds and there's things, and although whatever this force is that keeps trying to reach out and find you, it's repelled by the dome. But you can feel it still searching, like an eye that's searching and can't quite, almost a Sauronish feeling of this eye searching for the ring sort of thing. But you're hidden. It doesn't see you. Nothing is going on with for the night. So
Ew.
let me get Vlad's, at least get his health up. I'll let him handle the spells when he gets back.
Does anyone outside of Vlad have what I'm assuming is something to give me my youth back because of
Yeah.
the Arcanoloth? I think I know the spell, but I don't want to metagame anyone that might not know what could be used.
And yeah, I
Isn't it what greater
mentioned
rest?
offline last week what will negate it. I have got to research that information. I'm on a kludge setup tonight with my information. So.
I know Greater Restoration. I could prepare that during our rest.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
that
think I
what
can.
we need?
Probably that's the one I
That's what
think.
I was thinking was gonna be able to help me. That was the one that was on the top of my head.
Alright, well, I will swap out my spell prep and do that.
I'm having to use a tablet for my information because a computer got left at somebody else's house and I don't have that computer with the info on it. So I'm just doing all kinds of fun things tonight, which will slow things down just a little bit. Amber Temple, there we are. All right, I need to, that was, and I've got to look at that, but I think you're right, Riz. I think that was what the spell was that has to be done. Oh, I know, it was under the actual creature. But I think it was Greater Restoration that has to be done. I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah, question though.
Hmm?
So Riz, quick question. Are you carrying diamond dust worth at least 100 gold?
I am not.
We may have
Then
problems casting this spell.
then I would need Vlad because he can use his holy symbol in place of his place of materials.
That's in place of materials that don't cost money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a money cost.
You're
so
still going to have to take, you're going to have to hope you maybe
Yeah, we'll
find
have
a
to do
little
that
bit
in
more
town.
gold and so forth. So you probably are stuck with this until you get back to Valaki.
unless we can find a diamond to smash.
And that's possible. That is, I will say, Osili, that it is entirely possible.
Yeah.
And because of my limitations on this tonight, I can't immediately find out the precise details of that spell because I can't research all the creatures that were up and so forth. Was that? Wasn't.
Oh, the spell used on Durok?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It was an aging spell, but I don't remember which of the creatures was the one that was casting that spell. And of course, this wants to be slow. Come on. Okay, it wasn't it, so it was that other one. Yeah, it was that shadow, whatever it was, thing. And I don't remember what it was. I'd have to research that. Okay, anyway, yeah, let's just at this point settle back and figure we definitely ought to be able to get it by the time we're in Valaki, but it may be a little bit of a handicap for you in the meantime.
Yeah, so then don't worry about getting greater restoration now, since we'll just do it when we get the Valaki.
Alright.
Yeah.
Have something a little more useful.
Unless Vlad happens to have something useful. So,
And like,
I don't know if he's carrying diamond dust.
and
yeah.
like I said, this place, you guys have only touched the tip of the iceberg. It is one of the richer places in the game. So who knows? You just might come
Yeah,
up
we
with
may
it.
find it.
Yep. Just a matter of what door you open. Behind door number 1, door number 2, or
Death.
door number 3. And some of the things
But-
behind door number 2 and door number 3 are the tiger. So, you know, the lady and the tiger thing. Anyway, so you are capable of resting. Let me see how Apotus's health was. Oh, it's way down too. So let's give him back his health. And again, I'll let him deal with his spell issue if he gets on.
I think we were still under the effects of his aid, vitality, whatever, the one that gave us 15 bonus hit points.
I know that whenever you're near him, that has its effect. However, I don't know what its limitations on time are.
I was told 8 hours. I just need to know what spell it was that he used.
1 second. I need his sheet.
Going through his notes of spells. Yeah, I made that mistake looking at Minx, and I'm like, how are you keeping track of your spells? Because I'm confused.
I don't know if it was protection from evil or good, or...
It's not that. It should be aid. He probably casted it at second, third, fourth, fifth. He
There
probably
it is, okay.
He probably casted it at 5th level because it's 5 hit point, or 4th level because it's 5 hit points per level above 2nd.
Okay.
So he
I'm
probably
looking for
casted
the duration. I've got it. I'm looking for duration here. Range. Come on, duration. 8 hours. Yeah, so you would just barely be under its effects, but it is wearing off as you wake up. Very definitely.
I'm just
So-
going to take it off anyways.
Yeah.
I believe that was what the orange thing was.
Yeah, I believe so. Let me take it off of the others as well. I don't know. Vlad's also got the 8. He's got the thing, but he's also got an 8 on it. I'm just going to clear everybody's dots off that have dots.
Yeah.
And we'll just start over because I don't know what these various things were, and the best thing is just to have them say, oh, by the way, we also had this. So we'll work out better that way. And the dot. All right. So we're starting with a clean slate as you wake up. Victor, I don't think you've raised your hit points.
Oh, right.
I'll see if I can't find whichever one else that he did it on. I know it was at the start of...
Zoom in a bit on this so that people can see what's going on there with the characters just a bit. I'll stretch them out so they can each have their own sleeping space a bit. What does Victor do about his sleeping arrangements when they do this tiny hut situation, since he has a different problem?
Thought we had a pouch of dirt with you.
Let's see. I did. I believe I had my donkey like just up the stairs.
Yes.
So Victor would probably want to just rest with his coffin kind of outside of the hut.
Oh, okay. So you
Unless
are
anybody wanted to help him drag it like all the way down here.
okay. So he
I'm
would
telling
have
you, man,
actually
get a pouch. by me
He
too.
wouldn't have actually been in this area. He would have been up with his donkey. So I'll move you out of view up here. I have put this back onto fog of war now, rather than the direct lighting, dynamic lighting.
Are the barbarians still hanging around?
Yeah, they've kind of hung around to wait and see if you guys wind up dead or what's going on. So they're just kind of roasting what animals they've got and chilling in their cave.
I'd probably be in their general vicinity.
Okay, that would help you be a little bit, and you could move the donkey over to there pretty easy.
Yeah.
That area is pretty well cleared up there. As a matter of fact, that yeah, come to think of it, that would probably be a very good idea.
Yeah, a little bit of safety in numbers.
Yeah, definitely.
Since you have to be the special child and be away from us.
Okay, we have a Vlad joining us. So
I have
we've now-
arrived.
Yes. So
Hey, Vlad.
let me take just
Good.
a moment and adjust these videos properly, because now we've got the correct numbers of spots on the screen.
Sorry about that, guys.
I can start doing that. So just a second and let me adjust these for their location. That one.
I'm still trying to get into roll 20. Are we?
No problem.
Have we already taken the long?
We are working on
No,
that
we're
at the
working
moment.
on it. We had to look up
Perfect.
some things because POTUS isn't here and a few things. So we were looking up stuff. So you really haven't missed anything. They really have just finished the long rest. And we were trying to figure out what Victor was doing with his situation and so forth, where he spent the night.
Would it be possible to do something before the long rest? I had said something in the COS chat, or in the COS stream. After.
I missed the fact that you just tell me what it is you need to do. We can back up because we're at a point where we're still trying to catch up on what you guys did before your rest. So what would you have done?
Vlad, the only thing Vlad wanted to do was he would have cast silence. He would have gone out of the bubble. He would have cast silence in front of the statue, and then cast stone shape and made a pillar underneath one side of it to tip it over and hopefully break without causing any sound.
Say that again? You're tipping over a pillar. Oh, you're casting a silence.
The statue.
Okay, so you're trying to tip the entire statue over.
By creating just a solid 5-foot pillar underneath one side of the base.
What,
Because
throwing
physics.
it out of the floor?
Yes. With his spell stone shape.
Okay.
It says I can basically manipulate a 5-foot square and create objects or change it. So I was just trying to shove it up.
I'm redrawing the roll 20 here. That's why there's a white screen there for a moment. Well, hold on, let me do this, and then let me think about I will tell you just straight out that this stone pillar is completely affixed and carved. This whole building was carved from granite. Do you know what Petra?
So it's affixed to the floor?
It's part of the floor.
If it's all solid granite, that seems like stone shape would work even better.
Then yeah, I will just take stone shape and
Make like a sliver like on one side so that it'll tip,
Yeah,
and then like that, like a
destroy
tree.
just destroy the base of the pillar, or the base of the statue, rather.
Okay, I could see how probably eventually you could get that to the point where it might tip over. Again, hang on a moment. Let me try to get pictures up on ones that aren't here yet so that
I just loaded into Roll20 and I see a set of stairs on the inside. Did you guys already do stuff with the statue?
No, we didn't touch the statue. We went to the bubble.
That's because we no longer have dynamic lighting, is why you see that. But
Gotcha.
Yeah, so those are there, but we go with what you wouldn't have seen those. Obviously, the Arcanoloth came from inside that place, so you could guess that there probably was a something in there, but a room in there, but you weren't able to see it directly.
Okay.
I'm just going to once again voice my opinion as to, in the history of making bad choices, this is a choice that even I wouldn't make, because we've already come into this place. Again, we've come into this place knowing this is a death trap. There's lots of shit that'll happen. Do one thing wrong. Oops, there's the tiger. No, I am still against this whole plan from the start. Stop knocking stuff over.
As DM, I love it when you guys do things like this.
Yeah, I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna keep looking out for number one. You know, me, typical of the bard. But
I run this
Listen,
game. I run this game
it'll
2
be
times
fine.
a week, and I get double the pleasure, double the fun. I get to
It'll
have
be
2 groups do things.
fine.
Yes,
never
I
heard of
have a
fun.
plan. Rolls nat 1. Yes.
Yep. Don't worry, guys. I have a plan.
All right. Almost got the videos straightened out. Watch, it'll jump and do something, and it'll all be wrong again. But I'm trying. Anyway. Nope, I don't have Brett's current picture up. That one's wrong. Let's see. Picture gone. There we go. We have a real live Brett now. There we go. That's the one that I want.
On a side note, I like your t-shirt, Lynn.
Thanks.
All right. So, statue will go over and statue explodes. This was done before the tiny hut was up. Statue explodes all over the floor. Everybody who is in this area, Victor, at this point, would you have been on the floor? I mean, you probably would have, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd be on the floor, not near the statue. Let's see.
I did say Vlad steps out of the bubble to do that.
Yeah, so if it's after they set up the bubble, Victor would probably already be by his cart.
Okay, because that's what I've got to determine is when exactly you do this. So
I did say that Vlad stepped out of the bubble to do this, so he would have waited
Okay.
until after the Sylvia had
all
set
right,
up her protective dome.
so Victor, he'd be over this side with his cart because he went over towards the barbarians. So Vlad is outside doing this and tipping the statue over. So Vlad alone will have to give me.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, I've got a coin here that I'm going to use. I'll pull it off screen right now, but I've got a coin instead of your little mini me for your thing, but you don't have
Perfect.
it on right now. So
I swear to God, Vlad, if you get yourself killed before you can heal
This
me.
is before the long rest. I'm at 17 hit points.
yeah, it is, and
Yeah.
this statue is big and very heavy, and it's going to make one bunch of damage. All right, so first of all, give me a dexterity save. Let's see how much.
Nope.
All right.
So, again-
let's
YOLO!
see. I have to multiply about what the weight and size of this thing would be. Give me a 4d10.
Don't worry, Duroc. I will sacrifice Bigby's hand and relearn Greater Restoration, so when we find the diamond dust needed,
Well,
or when I pull it off
Mike,
Vlad's
give me a
floor,
4d10.
Before I roll this, which I'm still going to roll it either way, would it have been possible to do this in such a way that it falls away from me
well, yeah.
instead of on top of me?
If
The
you
fellow-
if you do it in the way, like I said, that you can determine the
That's
way
what I'm
it
trying
tips.
That's what I'm trying to find out. I will roll this either way. I'm just trying to
Now-
find out.
Let me ask the question. Do you mean you're tipping it this way?
I'm trying to. It's not in any particular way, just not on top of myself.
I would prefer
But
that
I
you
ne-
tip it away from the tiny hut.
That would
So that we're
also
not gonna-
block the door, though. So I'll tip it. And
Let me ask question it. Okay.
There's all.
Just
That's right. Dirok's about to say just what I'm going to say. It's only going to tip over about 3 feet, 4 feet, 8 feet, something. It'll only go to here. And roll
oh, if that's the
20
case, then yeah, I'll just tip it over that way.
Oh no, I was gonna say there was one thing that you weren't here for is that at some point Sylvia did learn something about a secret door or something, so we don't want that covered either.
Yeah, Sylvia saw that there was an anomaly in the wall right here.
Okay. So yes, I'm trying to tip
And
it
when
away
the
from me
thing
in this
tips,
direction.
it's only going to go to like 15-degree angle before it will hit that big platform and stop. There is a
Well.
cantilevered platform there.
Well,
So you have a choice of, if you want to, make it tip this way, you can, but it is still going to explode with huge chunks of granite going everywhere, chunks like the size of your head and larger going everywhere, and you are going to have
you
4d10
already risked.
damage.
You already risked so much right now. Just take your loss right now.
Roll your 4d10. If you are tipping it this way, it goes all the way to the ground.
I already said I was doing it though.
Yeah. Roll your
no,
4d10.
no. Well, if it hits the pillar, then it hits the pillar and nothing happens, right?
This
Isn't that
isn't
what
a
you said?
pillar. This isn't
From
a pillar.
the pillar, from the landing to the floor.
I thought you said that it would tip over to a pillar.
To the
wall.
All right, let's rehear what you had to say then.
You see
DM.
that dotted line?
Yes.
That is a cantilevered platform. I may have said pillar. That is a cantilevered platform exactly like the one you stepped on the other side that collapsed. This one, however, is not cracked and is not in bad shape. The statue will only tip like 8 feet over, so it's only going to be just at a very slight angle before it will come in contact with that platform and isn't going anywhere.
So she's asking, tipping it from the platform to the ground.
Do it that way. Keep your health because you're only at 17, and take the L right here. Dirok will break it for you after we wake up.
That is true. I have already disjointed it from the ground. I could just have someone else push it.
And I have health for days. It doesn't matter if I take the damage.
Will you, GM, allow me to recon that slightly? Or would you want me to roll
Tell me exactly what you're going to do with it.
If I have made it to the point where it can be tipped over, would you allow me to, now that it is no longer connected to the floor, but at a slant, would you allow me to take the rest and then have Durok push it over or something in the morning, now that it's I've prepared it, basically? Or do you want me to roll the damage?
What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you roll a percentage for how accurate you are. I want you to roll me a 1d6. If you roll a 5 or 6, you miss the platform.
Natural 1.
Okay. All right. So you have tipped it over against the platform. There is a resounding thud and crash as this thing hits, and some pieces of the granite fall off, just a few chunks, as it comes in contact, and the platform loses a few chunks too, and some cracks start to form across that platform from the force of it hitting. But it is now leaning at that angle, precariously placed, and it's kind of rounded on the edge because it's arms and body and so forth. So it wouldn't take a whole lot to start rolling it off and onto the floor if that's what you want to do. The DM is sitting here silently just...
In that case, Vlad is going to leave well enough alone and take his rest. He did what he was trying to do, which is make sure it's not connected to the floor anymore.
Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm real quickly going to draw a freehand shape here to remind us, if this will ever come up, to remind us that the statue is leaning over against the side. That's not what I want. I want this. Thank you, and I want that. Here we go again. That's slow, slow, slow. All right, I'm going to draw an outline here indicating that it probably would, from above, would look about like that. That would be about where you'd see the silhouette of the thing leaning over against that platform, so we know. All right, so there is a resounding thud, and once again, Vlad, at this point, Vlad feels a very strong sense of this being or entity, whatever the thing is, that is trying to search his thoughts, trying to identify what he is. With him outside the hut and having made a lot of noise in this thing, you have this feeling.
I'd cast silence.
You cast what?
I had cast silence before I did any of this.
What's the radius on silence?
It's a 20-foot radius, 40-foot sphere.
Okay, this doesn't have anything to do with anything that would be affected by that. This is like an entity.
It stops sound from being produced within.
This is not sound. The only thing that would have stopped is he wouldn't have heard the noise of the statue hitting things. This is not a sound. This is a search. Somebody is searching for you.
I'm butting out.
Okay, once you go inside the hut, that sense of the search just gets cut off and you don't feel anything at that point. All right, so you need to raise your hit points back up.
Oh my.
I'm giving all the disapproving stares.
Well,
Okay.
I don't think anyone else is going to be crawling inside of that statue.
I'm just sitting there indifferent. Old age has caught up to me in a matter of a moment.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you had diamond dust on you.
I don't have diamond dust. However, I can do this, and I cast Greater Restoration on him.
That's what the diamond dust is for.
Yeah.
Is it for?
Yeah, it's 100 gold's worth of diamond dust.
I mean, I have 2 diamonds on me. I don't have any way to grind them up.
Yeah.
You have a very strong orc.
I don't think he's that strong.
If I roll a natural 20, can I be strong enough to break a diamond?
Because anything that you try to break the diamond with would be weaker than the diamond. Yes. Diamonds are harder than
diamonds
stone.
are the hardest substance.
My orc can make coal into diamond. You're telling me I can't make diamond into dust?
The DM said no.
Does anyone have a Dragon Force album?
Does anybody have what?
A Dragon Force album.
Nope.
It was an ancient meme. From days of yore.
No, anything, if you succeeded on the roll for strength, the diamond would destroy whatever it hit. It would work in reverse.
Meaning your bones.
So if you made a successful strength roll, you crushed your hands.
I'd crushed it.
You wouldn't crush the diamond. You'd crush your hands.
Diamonds are harder than flesh.
Yes.
Here, give me a POTUS' skull. We'll test this theory out.
Right, now look. Now I'm 4A's.
I am going to try a thing. Would I know if I could do this? Would I know if I could grind this diamond into diamond dust with my...
I don't know what magic are you trying to grind it with?
If I cast Blade Barrier and toss the diamond into the barrier, would it grind it into dust?
No.
Why are we
Well-
trying
well-
to grind Why are we trying to grind a diamond into
Because
dust?
Because
Xerox
I'm old.
aged magically, and
Because
I
he
can
needs the
reverse it
reagents.
with. I can reverse it with Greater Restoration, but I need Diamond Dust with 100.
Yeah.
Does
In this case-
anyone does anyone have climbing equipment?
Okay, so quick little insert. Just saying. I know we want to get this whatever this is off Duroc and Greater Restoration is the way to go. However, do we want to burn a diamond that'll potentially bring us back from being dead for
None
the
of us have
dust
been
in
dead
this
yet.
moment?
None of us have been dead yet. We'll be fine.
Oh, Celia, I can wait till we get back to Valaki.
You have 24
buy-
hours.
And we just used up 8.
You have 16 hours before that thing becomes permanent.
Oh, and we won't get to Valaki in time.
I can get us to Valaki immediately.
Oh, no, okay.
It's just-
Hold on. Does anyone have a climbing piton and a hammer?
I do. Well, I do ask.
Give them to me.
Vlad hands over one of his climbing pitons and a hammer.
Give me the diamond.
The diamond.
I keep
I
hearing
think that-
climbing kittens, but sorry, that's just me.
climbing pitons and a hammer. and a hammer and a hammer. So I'm going to take the hammer. I'm going to take the hammer and the piton, and I'm going to take the demon, and I'm going to put the demon. I'm going to look for like a hole, like a crack. Like, is there some sort of like? Are there either like 2 pieces of rubble next to each other? Like, basically, I'm just looking for some place where I could take the diamond and like kind of position
Next
it so that
to
it
you
stays
is an
still.
enormous pile of granite rubble and granite marble rubble that collapsed under you.
Okay.
From when you guys
Alright,
fell.
then I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try to affix like a place to hold the diamond with the rubble. Put the diamond in there, and so the diamond is like there's ground, diamond, air, and the rest of everything is just on the side holding it in position for me. And then I take one of the spittoons and the hammer, and I'm going to try to apply such directional force that it would crack the diamond beyond the shearing point.
All right, so you're basically trying to do a jewel crafter's trick of hitting it on its weak spot.
Yeah.
It's a shame none
So,
of us have proficiency with the jeweler's supplies.
yeah, I would say
You don't know me.
have to have some proficiency. If you have proficiency, I will say
I'll
that
cast guidance.
4 out of 6 on a d6. If you don't have proficiency, I will say it is 2 out of 6 on a d6.
2 out of 6 on a d6. Okay. Let's do this. So I'm just going to roll a straight d6.
Yep,
And if it's a 1 or a 2, it happens.
yep.
Good eye.
Nope.
Nope.
Sorry,
What you manage to do is you manage to further crush the rubble to which it is attached and knock a small hole in the floor as the diamond chips out some of the floor.
You're not using the right force for whatever it is you're doing. Let me try.
Anyone can try
technically he's
this.
trying to help you.
If you're all going to keep repeating it, then I'll let you each give it a try. Now,
Oh my
what
God.
was the proficiency?
this is the next morning that you're doing all this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
What was the proficiency for?
1 or a
Jeweler's
2
tip.
on a
Wait,
d6.
hold on.
But yeah.
Hold on, before we do anything. Sylvia, haven't you been breaking rocks this entire time with the force of music?
What?
Shattering
You-
glass, man.
Aren't you able to shatter things?
I mean,
Pulls
you
out a electric
really
guitar
want me to
and a
burn
70
this
meter
spell?
amp.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, we wait until you need to cast the spell, throw the diamond at the epicenter, and then you blow that up, and then we just collect the dust afterwards.
I mean,
Isn't it
Hey,
amazing
pack
when
of
players
ghouls,
go
bury
through
me.
trying to do
Well,
something?
I shatter.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna do it, let's
Shatter the diamond and their hopes.
No, so you throw the diamond at them as a distractor. Why would they be throwing a diamond at an enemy? And then you cast Shatter, and it's a trap.
We fight this like lich or something, and it's like, behold, I will crush you, and he was just, pink. What the hell was?
Fire the hole.
All right.
He throws it at the
I
wall.
ready in
it
action to
bounces
throw
back.
the diamond.
Yeah, it bounces back and spears him right between the eyes.
Now,
This is the best phylactery.
Now, I know you said the proficiency, was it
Jewel
3 out of
crafting.
6 or 4 out of 6?
No, 2 out of 6 if you don't have jewel crafting proficiency.
Good.
Oh, but I'm not a jewel crafter.
Then you
No,
two,
could.
1 or a 2 on a 6, and you'll just get
Could.
lucky.
Could I argue that because I have big, rippling old man muscles for a 3?
I like how we're trying to haggle this.
I'm trying
Nope.
to. I am
DMs
technically
the DMs
stronger.
Has
The DMs
nothing
made
to
a
do
choice.
with strength. A small
This-
woman with the right tools and
Jesus.
knowing a diamond would be able to split it. It has nothing to
This
do
is
Yeah,
with
the first
it's
time-
basically how it's pretty much how lucky are you at finding the right shear point.
Exactly.
It's
And-
the first time I've ever tried to argue with the DM about splitting a diamond in D&D.
They've argued about
How-
splitting hairs lots, but not diamonds.
Also, you need to split a diamond like 1,000 times if you want diamond dust.
Yeah,
Hey, at least we're not rules lawyering it. We're just haggling and begging for mercy.
All right. I
Maybe we
need
should,
a
maybe
1.
we should,
How?
maybe we should
I
save
need
the
a
haggling
1.
and the begging for when one of us is about
I got a
to die.
2.
Darok has split the diamond in half.
now we just need to do that 30,000 more times.
You know what? No, screw this. And he takes it. He fits the 2 pieces together and like wraps it in some cloth. No, we're gonna throw it at something and let Sylvia.
Well, we didn't
Opponents
hear
could
what
just put it-
what she had to say. That like, does
She
this
said
work
it was
now? Do we
split
have
in
diamond
half.
dust, or do we
No,
have to
you
keep
have
breaking
two.
it?
You have
You
two
have to
halves of
literally
diamond.
grind that to
You
dust.
split it beautifully right down the middle.
Opponents
Right.
may put it between his butt cheeks. It'll be dust in no time.
You know what? Sure, let's do that.
Okay, quick
The
Ouch.
most
question.
expensive
Ouch.
butt plug.
Oh God!
Oh God!
You brought
Talk
this
about
funny, so.
sliced to ribbons. Ouch!
Oh, it's not getting better.
Oh,
We're gonna need a parental advisory on this episode.
Yes, we will.
I do got a question now because I did look up shatter, and
Oh.
this should technically work on gems and crystals as well.
okay.
Because it's been broken in half, does it make it more susceptible to it shattering now?
Yes, I would say that it does because it does
Okay.
have a
Okay.
large planar surface that would receive more of the effect.
All right, last bit of questionnaire on the diamond before we
Bring it
decide
back.
to shatter it even further. It is split in half. Do we remember what the cost of this current diamond was?
300 gold, I thought that they
Okay,
were.
so half that diamond, it's like worth 150 now a piece.
Well, if you
I'm
get
not
enough
sure
of
jewels work like that.
No,
but
it doesn't. It doesn't work that. Basically, you take a diamond that is worth at least 100, and you grind it into dust, and so therefore you have turned 100 gold diamond into dust. It's not.
See, thinking,
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to sell the dust for anything, but they're just saying.
could I argue that diamonds are actually more common than everybody thinks, so they're actually not worth 100?
yes.
Don't
Oh,
do
no,
that.
big
Don't-
diamond.
Is there a branch of De Beers in in Ravenloft?
You know what? There actually is.
Dude, we're gonna go back to the Lockheed. We're gonna find the unicorn jeweler. We'll be fine.
For anybody that doesn't know the term, they are one of the biggest diamond producers in the world.
They are the diamond producer in the world.
Yeah, they've got all the mines in South Africa.
Okay,
Anyway.
so shattering this thing will give us about 300 GP worth of diamond dust, technically.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Okay,
equivalent.
so we'd have enough to cast it like 3 times total.
yeah,
I think I'm okay with the trade-off.
yeah. I would say that you basically would shatter it into 3 diamonds, each worth 100, and then from there shatter one of the pieces into 100 gold worth of diamond dust. All right. So who's doing some kind of shatter?
I'm just going to just shoot the dirtiest look at Vlad. This could have been
Now,
solved.
first, I've asked this question, and it may have gotten talked over, but I didn't register the answer. Is this the next morning after the tiny hut disappears?
Yes.
I would prefer not to do this after we fully rest. I had the spell slot to cast Shatter at base level, which should be enough to shatter the thing. Because
So
it's
you'd
a
like to do it
non-magical item.
earlier in the evening so you can regain the spell slot, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that can work. And POTUS, are you aware of why there's this odd shadow silhouette on the statue?
I'm just assuming that that would be like either a representation of like how tall it actually is.
No.
It got tipped over and it's now
Vlad
rubble.
worked some magic to tip it over against that platform. So it is leaning at an angle about like this against the platform.
So it's not rubble yet.
Yeah, your boy wanted to like smash the statue, and it's like, why are you smashing the statue? No, I want to smash the statue.
Yeah, and he only had 17 hit points at that, or really technically at this time, since this is before the hut, only had 17 hit points, and when this thing went over, it was going to cause you a lot of damage. So yeah, all right. So Sylvia, go ahead and take a hunk of the split diamond, such that is about 100 gold worth of it, and shatter it.
I would just take the full thing and smashy.
It's been broken in two now.
Well, I mean, like the two pieces. I would take the two pieces. And
it's 300, so we shatter it, and then we get one use.
No, I've ruled that you would get 3 uses out of shattering it. 300 gold.
Let's just do that.
Okay, so she's going to shatter the whole thing, so you'll have a leftover 200 gold worth of diamond dust that you can use at a future time. All right, so
I'm gonna have I'll have a POTUS set me the pretty target because I can't leave the hut, and then I'll stick my hands out and cast Shatter it at its base level as soon as I can break on the thing. Boop.
Okay, and so what is the position? This won't affect you guys probably at all, but just where are you placing the diamond, affixing it or whatever? I just need to know.
Well, here, Sylvia, you can.
No.
No, he'll probably put it.
I'd argue
somewhere like in the open, so that so it won't get mixed up in other dust.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'd argue on the south side just so that it doesn't get mixed up with the
rubble from there,
the rubble from
there.
there.
Now, does the shatter have any push effect?
I am double checking that right now. Painful, intense eruption of a point within range 10-foot radius sphere. Creature takes 3d8 thunder damage. Half successful creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, metal. There's disadvantage on all saving throws. A non-magical item that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage if it's within the spell's area. There is no knockback.
Okay. All right, so it will just vibrate this thing to death. You're going to hit the exact note on the scale that will shatter this thing. So I will, since it wouldn't have any constitution save really, I will just rule that you were successful, and after the discussion, you have managed to get yourself 300 gold worth of diamond dust. There.
Please tell me that we've spent the last hour doing this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And figuring out how the statue was going to fall so that it wouldn't kill Vlad.
Okay, so 45 minutes. Gotcha.
Hey, I mean, it could be worse. We could be trying to figure out how to open a door.
Yep. And so...
And knowing what the DM knows, she's just sitting here going...
So,
yes,
does Vlad have Greater Restoration already ready?
It's always ready.
Alright, then we go ahead and... I'm assuming you're going to go ahead and
Is this before or after the rest?
Before rest.
Before rest,
then yes.
If you have the spells. That way you can recover your spells is the idea.
I thought
you were the only one.
I'll have to cast it at 50 because I cast Spiritual Weapon at 4th level during the fight, and I cast Stone Shape, which is a 4th level spell. Which means both of my 4th level and my 5th level spells are tapped out.
Well,
but I can do it.
This will be the before the rest, so you're going to get everything
So if you
back.
have a spell slot somewhere at some level that you can cast it, that's all that counts.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So is there any possibility of failure? Or is it a guaranteed success?
For...
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like it'll just affect him. It won't have anything that would deviate from that. So all of a sudden, Dirok, as you feel this wave rush over you, that exhaustion of feeling like you are far older than your years suddenly evaporates from you, and you feel very much stronger than you did a few minutes ago.
All the gray has turned back to black.
Back in black!
Yeah!
Nerd.
All right, so now you guys settle down for your long winter's sleep here, and
I think that was the epitome of Yakety.
Epitome of what?
Yakety sax.
Oh,
I don't think it ever got that bad, but
I don't know. For a while there, it was pretty close to it.
I'm just gonna have deniability on that one. No, it couldn't have been that bad.
They've got to have yakety sax on. Too bad I don't have. I don't want to open that up over the screen, but it's probably on the music list somewhere. All right, so you guys have your sleep, and you wake up. I assume the little hut will disappear at some point in this. And Victor, I assume you will rejoin them?
Victor comes down and he's like, "You guys don't look like you slept very much."
The body is the thaumaturgy.
And as I said to them, and the two people who were absent during the first part missed, during the night you hear all kinds of things. You hear rocks like they were rolling down a hill, little small things, gravel falling during the night. You hear distant footsteps, maybe. You hear cackling, snickering sounds. You have this feeling of an eye almost searching for you that can't find you because you've been hidden inside and you get the feeling that it was watching you, but because you're in the hut, now it can't identify where you are. It's lost you, and it's searching all night for you. So every time you wake up, you have this feeling like something is looking for you that's lost. And meanwhile, you have creaking and groaning sounds coming from this statue that is leaning over at this precarious angle on a roundness of its shoulder, hopefully not rolling off and onto the floor in the middle of the night, which definitely would have awakened you. But you managed to endure it all, and you wake up better than you went to sleep.
All right.
If we get trapped someplace because that thing fell over, can we hit him?
Nah, I'll be back in Velaki. Anyway, Vlad begins putting his armor back on.
Okay. Now, while he's doing that, Sylvia, do you want to do anything related to either the items that you picked up or the what you suspect to be a door or anything? Do you want to do any kind of information to them on all this knowledge that you have?
Okay.
I forgot that you found stuff.
So yeah, it's kind of hoping.
I don't like that giggling.
I would have spent at least a good 40 minutes during the rest at some. I guess like if I woke up after I identified all these things.
Are you full elven or half elven? I keep forgetting.
I am halfsies.
Okay, so you don't get the half rest. That's what I was trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
no, I don't. It probably was like noise woke me up. It's like can't sleep for can't sleep for like a good like 10 minutes. Fiddle with the
So
stuff that I
she
got,
might
and
have
go
to
back to
sleep
bed.
a little bit later than the rest of you because she lost some sleep. But
Yeah.
other than that,
Um, for the robes in general, if any damage happens to them, does that break any of the enchantments?
No.
Or
no.
okay,
Well, I
so I would
imagine
have.
if you burnt it entirely, anything that was
Oh no, I mean like
related to it that was not fireproof would probably go up in smoke. But
Oh
that's
no, I
about
mean
it.
like it was more like restitch scene here to make it a little bit more comfortable wearing.
No,
Like,
it's,
yeah, okay. Um, yeah, I would have taken some time to add it into the wardrobe, so it just kind of made it look like something I would have just been having in my bag this whole time.
so Sylvia has a new robe. And what about the glasses and the book?
I have chucked that into an empty pocket on the robes.
So you are
Uh,
keeping the glasses?
for now. I,
All
and
right.
then the question about the book. Is it something I can use, or is this something not?
Do you have a
I
level
mean,
of wizard?
no.
No. It is wizard only.
Okay. I will stick that in my bag for now.
And I
And
will
just be like,
change the glasses setting to be just you for now, since you haven't, come on, since you have not shared that with them, I will make it just you until you do share with them. So that is basically it enacts that spell when you use it.
okay.
And you can search that on in the um, uh, whatever they call it, compendium.
Yeah. Um, I'll fiddle with it later. It's more just like I've gained a new level in fashion while everyone slept.
Yeah, you
See, this is
can
the
use.
same thing as last night. You gotta have a dope ass hat.
Yep. So basically, you can anybody can use the glasses. So you can use the glasses. The book can
Okay,
only be
yeah.
used by a wizard.
Okay. I mean,
And
yeah.
and
Sorry.
the robe can be used by anybody.
Yeah, I know these things. I'm still gonna be the greedy mofo right now, and just be like, well, since he
You
nearly
could
got
be.
me killed, and he nearly got me killed, and he nearly got me killed, mine.
Besides, you've got this extra issue running around after you picked up that staff. So yeah,
Yeah, it's like, ooh,
it
I
would
found
all
something
fit.
I can use. Mine.
Yep.
You
Okie
could be
doke.
wearing them and be seeing stuff though.
Yeah,
Glasses
no,
of
she already sees
X-ray
enough.
vision.
I think we should. Wrong accent. I think we should continue on. I am curious to see where this other door leads.
All right.
I'm
So
looking.
did she
Oh.
I'm
tell
looking at
you?
the statue.
Did she tell them that there is a door?
I have not, because we were
So you
focused
don't
on.
know now.
Yeah.
What? So that
I-
door, yes,
I'm-
that is on the lower
I'm
level.
not sure.
So what are
I'm
you
looking
doing?
at this.
All right. I'm picturing. The reason I'm pausing, I'm picturing in my mind how the statue looks as you do it. Dirok, standing where you are, give me a perception roll, if you would, please.
Also,
Perception.
in regards to the
That's a
Very-
22.
Yeah.
in regards to the hidden door, would my passive perception of
She's
19
the only one.
be able to?
You were not standing where you could have seen it when we
Okay.
did this at the time. I was using your positioning as you left them last week. Sylvia was the only one. The answer would have been yes. The answer was only Sylvia was in position where she could see it. Dirok
Gotcha.
has now rolled a 22. He can also clearly see that there is some kind of discrepancy in this location, which it's not there. There's a discrepancy in the location on the wall, and he also notices that now sitting about 2 feet above the ground at an angle, there is some kind of, more obvious than anybody seemed to notice, door in the back of the statue, but it's not very hard to get at, and it's leaning at an angle like this.
I push open the door.
And there is a stairway going up in the statue. However, the stairway is now...
All of my
on-
shenanigans were unnecessary.
I have a question. Can I use the stairway to go up the statue and get back up to the second floor?
My shenanigans were not unnecessary.
I don't want to knock the statue over now.
You see, what I'm going to have you do, and this is already what I had planned, is that if anybody goes up this stairway, the CG is going to shift in this statue.
The CG.
The
Center of
center of gravity is going to shift,
Oh,
and as you go
okay.
around this staircase, you're going to start it going like this. And I am going to roll a percentage die to see if it rolls off this platform.
Ah, right. Okay. Do I see anything inside the statue besides stairs?
No, it's just
Like
this
anything that
narrow.
maybe treasure.
It's rather a narrow stairway. It will be a little bit of a fit going up, but one person, 2 people can't go side by side, but one person can easily go up this stairway. It's just that all the stairs are leaning over, and you would have to lean against the side wall in order to crawl up, half up the wall and half up the stairs.
Do I see any traps?
Give me an additional perception roll on that one,
Where do I
specifically for traps.
That would be
No.
a 10.
You don't see anything that looks dangerous except the positioning of this statue, which looks definitely precarious to you.
Okay. Then I tell everyone, move out of the way.
All right.
Takes a step back.
And I will take your positioning on your tokens at face value. Wherever you are is
Yep,
wherever you
that's
are.
why I'm
Including
telling
Victor,
everyone to
who's
move.
out of the view.
So Epotus and Sylvia.
Scoot.
And Victor, you need to put your
actually,
token
I'm gonna
wherever
go-
you are. If you've joined
I'm gonna
them, put
climb
it back
up the
there.
rubble.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Alright.
climb up the rubble because I'm not going down any corridor that might activate some other shenanigan trap.
Here, hold on.
I know.
I'm doing something quick.
And you are going to push
Oh,
it
okay.
this way.
Now he moved. Okay, never mind. Now he moved. I was gonna say I'm gonna see if I see Victor before I start pushing.
So you're going to push it this way?
Yep, I am gonna push it that way.
Okay. All right. So just give me a strength roll. It won't be a real high strength roll, but I'm assuming that you ought to beat it without too much effort, unless you're still feeling your age.
Ability check and saving throw. Okay, no.
Just
So
a
the
straight
good luck doesn't
strength roll.
work. If I get a running start, could I argue advantage?
Yes, I'll say you can do something there to wedge it in such a way you'd get
I'll also
advantage.
cast guidance on him.
Well, I mean, like, what I would do is, like, I would start, like, right here and, like, move myself out to be at an angle where I could just, like,
I've
shoulder
given
check it.
you've got an advantage. Don't argue your
All
way
right.
out of it.
Oh, no. I was explaining. Okay, so
I
a straight strength roll,
understand.
you said, right?
You've got it. You've already got it.
15.
Okay, so you, with this thing very precariously leaning against it, you hit it, and for a moment you think nothing happens, but it's rolling against the thing, and its momentum starts
How did-
kind of doing a top thing, and all of a sudden it rolls off the platform, and with a huge booming sound, shatters on the floor over towards
When
the other.
I see it rolling, I'm gonna back up. I would assume I'd probably get about 20 feet away by the time that it actually hits the floor. So
Very
I'd probably
good.
be like right there.
Yep, and I'm rolling for something else here for just a moment. I just want to see one other thing. All right, there is minor damage that is done to the pillar here. It is possibly weakened a little bit, but it is still holding up everything pretty well as the statue goes crashing right next to it and explodes. The head explodes, and you realize there was some kind of room inside of it. It was completely hollow, and crates and boxes go bouncing and crashing and some of them shattering all across the floor as this is done. There's wood and various baskets and everything else all across the floor.
Do I see the fox guy that exploding out of the head as well?
No, he appears to be gone at this time.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he just did. Like, I know you said he did a planar thing, but Deer Rock doesn't know if he maybe just teleported back into the head or something.
Right. I understand.
All right,
But
then
he is not there.
I am satisfied. We don't have to worry about it shooting lightning from its hands anymore. By the way, there's a door over here, and I'm going to start moving towards it. At least I think it's a door. I just say it's a door. Everything is a door to Deer Rock.
It definitely looks like some kind of anomaly where something could break open. It's definitely a weak spot or something.
I push on it.
And a door gives way. Let me get the thing out of the way here, and then I need to open up some of the fog of war so that you are able to see that there is a stairway going up behind it.
Do we want to continue exploring down here first?
I'd like to see where this other room leads. Wrong accent. I'd like to see where this other room leads. Big in multiple games is not easy.
Yes.
Right. This one right here is what you were talking about?
Yes, Deer Rock.
All right. I'll go into there, and this time, not being the barbarian that I normally am, I'm going to stealthily open the door.
It doesn't move.
I push on the door.
It doesn't move.
Epotus comes over and pulls.
It doesn't move.
Okay, I was going to say, F you, Epotus!
That famous Gary Larson cartoon with the door that said "School for the intellectually gifted," and this boy is pushing it like mad against the door that says "Pull."
I kick the door.
It wiggles a little bit, but it didn't yet. If you're going to do a full-on force attack, let me know.
Well, we'll give Sylvia a try.
Yep, I'll back up and I'll wait.
Okay, I'm gonna check to see what kind of, I guess, to see if it's unlockable from this side. What would I need to roll for that?
There are no handles, no locks visible. It looks like just two flat slabs of amber butted up against each other with absolutely nothing on their surface.
I'm gonna say
it's probably heavy doors.
Would it be possible, okay, first off, Epotus says, Victor, just stay over there.
Alright.
He pulls out
You're using me for this!
the sword.
Why are you doing that?
He pulls out the sword. Shut up, you. And then he proceeds to try to Qui-Gon Jinn the door.
There are two of them.
Episode 1.
Give me a strength roll so I know exactly what the result will be.
It's a strength check.
Strength check, yes.
You can give me enough time to bless you before you do any of this. Guidance is such a useful cantrip.
Stop burning the spell slot.
You do. It's forceful enough, and with the magic thing, it has. You can feel it start to give just a little bit with your thing, and you get the feeling that it wasn't so much the strength as it was what you were holding that was doing it. But the door shudders like it was almost trying to give.
Durok,
do it again, and I'll push.
Let me show you the path, and I will cast guidance on Durok using my cleric cantrip.
All right, come on, let's do this. And he goes, come on, push.
I charge in, giving it a shoulder check.
Wait, no.
All right. What I'll do? Let's see. Which one's helping who? Who's
I guess
doing the
technically
help?
Dirok's helping me.
Okay. Give me a
Helping?
strength
What's
check
it?
with his help, and we'll see if it busts it open.
So that would be a 20 with advantage.
Yes. And it busts open, and you feel a wave of magic explode out of the doors. Both of you give me a dexterity save, please.
Looks like we. Oh crap!
Oh, good. 13.
I'm not the one who got blasted by lightning at the door this time.
Both of let's see, no, POTUS saved. POTUS is let's see, Dirok is hit by 6 necrotic damage. POTUS is hit by 3.
Well, seeing as how he's adjacent to me, would a 17 save him?
17 what?
Because he's right next to me, so he would get my bonus.
Yes. All right. So if he's getting your bonus, yes. So both of you take 3 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And it is very clear as you break through this that there was some kind of magic that was being used, some kind of arcane lock spell that was on this, that the forcing basically broke it open, broke the not the magic on it. All right, now let me get some things open here. The door opens, goes crashing open. And then we need to see what you are seeing. Let me pull back just a bit. And let's see, let's do it this way. Do it that way. And that way. Roll20 isn't even shifting the levels. Can't get it to. And that shouldn't be on that layer. Why is it on that layer? That should be on the visible layer. All right. When the door busts open, you can see at the far end a huge hawk-headed construct that is made completely out of amber. It is standing with its fists doubled up, looking out towards the room, unmoving, staring straight at the door and towards the two of you.
Is it moving?
Unmoving, I said. And on either side of the room, the two of you are able to see absolutely enormous piles of gold and treasure. These piles are large enough easily to bury a person, each one of them. 6 of the piles.
Whoa, this is a room.
Maybe we should check this room last. I don't
What
think.
did you find?
I inspect the room.
And I want Dirok and POTUS to both give me a intelligence check.
Me with my -1.
Just to
Gold
see if
good. Gold pretty.
Oh, hey, look, the dumb barbarian.
You're doomed.
Rolled a 12.
That's not what I wanted. I just love having to use something that I'm not usually using, and so of course it wants to close up every time I'm trying to do this. 41, because I'm going to need that list in just a moment.
Sorry, that's actually a 13, my Stone of Good Luck.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, that's wait, ability check?
Yeah, it's just
That's not an ability check. That's
just a straight
that's
intelligence, yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Then no stone of good luck. So it's still a 12.
Dirok is so, POTUS is so focused on the creature at the far end of the hall that he pays no attention to any significance of what he's seeing. However, Dirok, as he looks in, the first thing you notice is this whole shape of this room looks remarkably like the room that the war against the ghosts and so forth happened. As you peeked in on that, Dirok was actually in there with the fight with the ghosts, wasn't he? Wasn't Dirok fighting beside a POTUS in the room over here?
Yeah,
short bit.
I was there for half that battle. Then the other half was me trying to fight the box.
Based on what you saw when you looked in that room next door, on the other side of the stairs, this room has exactly the same dimensions, exactly the same kind of shape, and this construct at the far end of the room is standing on a base, a pedestal, identical to the one that was in the other room, only there was no statue in the other room. You also notice that there is a large crack in the wall behind him, to the side of him, and through that crack there is a very weak amount of light coming in.
Can I look at the golem, the statue?
You can look at him. What are you trying to find out?
Seeing as that this room had a broken base, can I see if this is like a mobile statue and it came from that base by looking at its feet?
The entire time.
Give me a perception roll.
Perception. 14.
The base looks identical, but this one does not look like it has been broken off or come from any other location. It seems to be a smooth fit to the base that it is standing on.
Okay. So then that one just got smashed or whatever. I was under the assumption that like this one is like it came from this base and it's broken because it walked off and walked into this room instead. Okay. Can I check for traps?
You can. You need to give me your perception for that specifically. Before you were looking specifically at the golem. Now you can look down at the floor and see.
13.
Yeah, I was gonna. What was it?
You don't see anything that appears to be any kind of mechanical, spring-loaded trapdoors, poison traps, anything of that sort in the room. Doesn't look to you like the floor looks very solid and stable. You don't see anything to the sides or anything that looks like it might fire out of the walls or anything like that.
Then I call for Vlad. Could you use your magic vision?
Vlad has already been casting Detect Magic, and once he saw the secondary.
Okay.
So I will wait until that ritual is done, unless somebody decides to blast me with lightning.
Yeah, I'm not.
Hit him, hit him. Wait, just let me move first. Hit him.
I'm not walking in until I know that this room is not trapped.
Going to cough into my head. Hey,
okay,
hey,
so we'll say that there was enough while they were breaking open the door and doing various things. You probably would have not many minutes left over. You would have been able to cast your ritual.
Now, if I had cast Detect Magic and lecture on the
The piles of gold have a definite aura around them. You're not entirely sure what is in. There seems to be almost like a rainbow hue involved with these piles, as if there's some kind of interaction of different forces. But you would say that there is some kind of magic surrounding the piles of gold.
these piles
by
of
the
gold.
way, I will say that the one color that is not there is illusionary magic.
These piles of gold are definitely in existence. There's no illusionary magic. But all of them have at least something magical either in them or cast on them. I will shift my attention over to the statue. Does it have any sort
I
of
was just
aura?
gonna say I point to the statue then.
The statue has a definite aura of magic on it. There is no doubt that this thing is something that can be activated and is
It is very definitely a magical statue. I believe that it will come to life, as it were, if we were to disturb these magical piles.
So break it now.
Well, or leave the gold until we are about to leave this place.
I mean, really, do you really want to lug that much gold around with you?
Not
As
while
shiny
we're
as mine.
adventuring. It would be a very simple matter to pick up a fair amount of this gold and then teleport us all back to Val. Oh, I can do that, by the way. I don't know if I had mentioned this, but if ever we get into a large spot of trouble, gather around myself and I can bring us all back to Valaki with the snap of a finger.
Okay. And I start grabbing my axe because no one has told me to not do it yet.
That's Zerok. Let's wait until after. Let's wait until after we are done exploring the rest of the temple.
But what if that's the source of the devil's power?
I feel like it wouldn't be that simple.
I feel like it
Yeah.
wouldn't be that obvious.
Is it making like moves towards us? Is it
No,
just?
it's-
Well, no, it
Yeah,
has
it's
not.
no, it's just
That's why
at
I'm
this
not
point,
raging
it
yet.
just looks like an carved amber statue.
Okay. Well, Derek, let's go ahead and leave this here for now, and we'll come back on our way out.
Very well. I'll start taking point again to wherever we want to go, probably the hallway now.
Epotus tries to close the door, but then realizes that they destroyed it to get it open, and just
Yes,
gives up.
as a matter of fact, it looks kind of like the doors next door looked, where the hinges are now kind of busted.
That was your
Oh,
fault.
hey,
You got in my way.
Hey, they match now.
I guess I'll take point again, and I'll start walking down towards the hallway.
Okay, everybody, keep your tokens moving where you're going to be. As have said many times in this dungeon, where you are is going to determine what happens to you. So if you are somewhere way behind the group, you're on your own.
Victor.
Well,
I'm
Victor
just-
is far away because of the sword.
Yeah, well, Epotus,
Yeah.
Epotus puts the sword away for.
Yeah, I'm not going to trust that.
Rude.
Okay, so as you guys come up to this hall, you're able to see it. Vlad, have you cast your coin again?
Yes, I'll cast light on my coin.
Okay, I see you've pulled it out there, so. Alright, so you are able to see a large hallway here with what it looks like it once ended in more of a straight diagonal line, but something has beat it up pretty bad at the end of the hallway, so it's kind of broken. Looks like something has slammed into it at some point when you do it. And as you step there, you can see 3 women in dark robes and pointed hats.
I grab my spear and I stance.
Quick question. When I got knocked unconscious, who moved my corpse?
What?
Derek
Answer
did.
the question.
I did.
Yeah, okay. So, I always knew I liked you, and thanks for keeping me alive. Please continue to do so. Mwah, and Bardic Inspiration on Derek.
She actually used it!
All right.
All right. The 3
I am
women
inspired.
The 3 women are standing around a small fire incanting something. And each of them are holding a broom in their hands. And you hear
POTUS,
cackling that sounds like the cackling you heard during the night.
I'm counting down.
POTUS holds out a hand. Good evening, ladies.
Well, if it isn't the visitors, we wondered when you would come by, dearie. Thank you for coming and joining us. We've been wanting to meet you.
Just forgive us the intrusion. It's pretty easy to get lost here.
Do these seem like the same type of night hags that we fought at the mill, Bone Grinder?
It is hard to tell. They are old ladies in kind of ragged clothing, but and there certainly are three of them, which might be suspicious to you. But that's about where the similarity ends. And why can I not find this? I miss having my good computer and having to go through a tablet. Can't see what the location is. Well, anyway. Are you here for all of the fun and games that can be gotten? Come, dearie, there's so much to be had here. Only you'll let yourself have it.
Then you don't know how to play bridge.
Yes, we have that game as well. There's also...
I have Red Dragon in my pack.
And I have a bit of a chess game myself. What game did you have in mind?
Some of the toys that are here is mostly what's the most valuable stuff, you know.
Oh, such as?
Can I see what toys they're talking about? Do
No,
they have any out?
There's nothing that is next to them. They are just standing in the floor and they are casting something here. It was
They're
clear
casting
that
something?
they were in the middle of casting something. Yes.
Like
They were. Are they still casting?
They appear to be suspended for the moment in their casting. They kind of stopped in what they're doing.
I'm just gonna go. Can I try something real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm going to chuck the Strahd puppet after casting Tiny Servant on it, and having him land right about here, and then have him wave at the ladies.
Oh, how cute! I'm sure he'd have a real humor attack from that, dearie. Why, that's positively cute. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, nothing. I was just wondering if you guys were talking about these kind of toys or other kind of toys. I'm a collector. I like things.
Well, dearie, there's some doors here. Maybe you can open them for us. You see, it appears they're locked with some kind of magic word, and we haven't figured that word out yet. Perhaps you'd like to open the door for us.
Vlad looks at the doors with his magic vision.
Oh, I mean, I'd like to. My ability to open doors is only so great.
Vlad sees magic all over those doors. They are amber doors, single amber doors, and they are heavily magic.
He leans into Apodas and Durak and says, I wouldn't recommend trying to force these doors open. They are all magical, and bad things tend to happen with magical doors. He says, getting flashbacks from the Wizard's Tower.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep the talking charade up and go. I mean, I'm not so great opening doors. Maybe you'd like to help me. I mean, you guys seem really powerful and really capable of doing a lot of cool stuff, huh?
You're not going
mean,
to
the most I
help
can do is
us,
just make
are
you
you? You're just going to stand there and talk. Talk is cheap, dearie. We don't like people
Duroc
that do a
doesn't
lot of
talk.
talking.
You know what? You're
There-
right. Talk is cheap, which is why I really think you should help me. And I'm going to point to the middle witch, and I'm going to Crowd of Madness her.
Okay, 1 second here. I gotta find the
I
right.
can cast chaos.
I can't cast it at a higher level, which is kind of spooky, but
Okay, get these up. One humanoid. And which of the witches are you picking on?
I'm going to aim for the middle one.
Middle one, and a wisdom save, and your DC is
My DC is 17.
wisdom. She rolls a 17, exactly 17.
Crap.
So she goes, oh, no. Those kinds of things will only get you in trouble, dearie. I don't
Kill
think we like
Duroc
you.
is good at.
Vlad casts Bane.
Hey, let Duroc talk.
Sylvia said kill him.
Yeah, but Duroc's basically like had a prepared action the whole time.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
I've been
Vlad
waiting
had
to talk.
started to cast Bane and then stops as Duroc starts to talk.
All right, so
Duroc
Derek,
is good at opening doors.
and what is he doing?
He's talking. I've been wanting to talk for this whole time.
Hey, they're already going, no more talk. Open the doors. They're not going to help
Duroc-
us. They want to steal our toys. Attack
Yeah,
them, my sisters.
I put
Attack
my-
them.
I put my spear away and I said, I'm good at opening doors, and I start moving towards the door behind them.
They are already looking like they are building their spells for an attack. They are.
All right, fine.
clearly-
I'm going murder hobo.
Vlad casts Bane.
All right, throw up your bane so that I know what effect it will have on them, and then
It is a DC. I'm trying to get my character sheet back up. It is a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw from all three of them. Where is it?
okay. You said 17.
DC 17. 5 more days, it'll be DC 18.
3 creatures. Okay, so all 3 of them make
How do you
charisma
figure 5 more days?
saves. When they fail, whenever a target that fails makes an attack or a saving throw, the target must roll a d4 and subtract. Oh, that one. Okay, yes.
It's basically the opposite of Bless.
Yeah, right. Okay. Roll for initiative, please.
Come to me, sheet.
And let me just copy her over and put her
19.
here.
Yep.
Hey, 13, middle of the
Come
pack.
on.
Literally middle of the pack.
I miss my wizard with a +8 initiative.
And I need this. Copy it. Put it here.
Man, Victor, you really need to have been like moved closer for that, dude. You're gonna spend
No,
like
I
half
don't.
your you're gonna spend like half your turn getting here.
That'll be fine.
All right, now let me get the turn
The pale
orders
horse will
up.
come from around the corner.
Turn order up here. And
Once
I'm gonna
bitten,
move
twice
this over
shy.
just a bit.
Oh, you're talking about the sword, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty, let's slide this down just a bit. I'm trying to get this so
Oh,
the
yep, hold on. I'll
video
fix
can
my
see it
7th
the
and
best.
19.
Alright, so let's
Fix that.
get this in order. Yep, we've got both of them. So, oh no. Well, I'll do that separate. All right. Sending. There we go. So slow.
There we go.
I've got it overloaded again. All right, Duroc, you are the first.
I will continue with what I was going to say before they started to do stuff. I'm good at opening things. Like right now, I'm going to open you up, and I'm
Gonna
going to
open
fly
your
into a
hearts.
rage.
Gonna open your hearts. Therapy
Nope.
session.
Nope, I'm flying into a rage, Charging, gonna go full murder hobo. Can I get through the brooms, or are the brooms blocking my way?
Well, the brooms are being held by them. They're
So I can
two-
stand right here.
Yeah, you can stand next to them.
Actually, I'm gonna stand right here so that they're all in my range, and I am going to attack the middle one.
Okay.
Alright, Blood Spear. A 12 and a 23.
And that is not right. Let me check something. This may not have had its thing eject 3D. Oh no, I guess that is. Okay. All right. So you hit the. Let me make sure. Yeah, both of those hit for 25 damage.
And that's on the middle witch.
Right.
Woman, I guess. I'm assuming it's a witch. It's an old woman with a broom.
Very good. Okay, and the
And-
witches will attack unless you have something else.
Nope. That's it. 2 attacks.
All right. The middle one that you attack, she throws up her hands as if she's trying to protect herself from your attack, which isn't very effective. But after you hit her, she pushes back with this purple, sickening, it's like a swimming miasma of purple and green that pushes towards you in this horrible energy that crackles out of her hands towards you. She is going to make, let's see if it'll do an attack as it sets here, or if I have to roll a separate. She will cast that at 3rd level. Come on.
By the way, you said that they all failed their Bane saving throw.
Oh, I forgot to make. I think I forgot to make the save. That's what I forgot. So I'll suspend what I'm doing here. Again, the Bane was they had to do a charisma save of 17. Is that correct?
Yes, DC 17 charisma saving throw.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. One of them crit saved, the other 2 failed, so they both have. So the middle one saved, the other 2, the ones on either end failed and have disadvantage. Let me put a dot on them so that I know that they're at
You may
disadvantage.
find the abilities affecting the 2 on the sides a bit more successful now.
All right. So, but the middle one is the one that is casting against Dirok, and she rolled a 19. What is your armor class?
18.
Okay, so she hit, and you need to roll a Constitution save at 12.
At 12?
Yes.
I
You
got a
did
12.
save. All right.
You
so,
rolled a 3.
That's what I needed. I needed a 3 to beat that.
And I need to see the way this is. Constitution. Apparently, there is no effect if you save. So let me see. Double check here on it if there is any.
Oh, actually, it's a 13 because of my saving throw for Stone of Good Luck. It still saves, but I got to keep remembering the Stone of Good Luck.
So metagaming pigeon, the inspiration is a D10, just as a FYI.
That's really high.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. So what the difference is with the save is you are hit only one time and it is not a lasting effect. You only take the initial damage and then, but you are able to slough off, your constitution sloughs off a continuing effect of this. So you take a total of 10, 20, 26 necrotic damage, but you are not, she is not able to keep the effect on you. You slough off the poison.
All right.
So reduced to 13 because of rage?
Yep.
All right, and the other two witches will do the same, but they are at disadvantage. So now let me do their two attacks at disadvantage and see how they're doing. And that
Is
will
it
be
saving throws or is it attack rolls?
it's initially attack rolls, and then it's a
They have a
saving
minus
throw
D4.
if it hits. Yes, that's what I was saying. So let me
Okay.
get back to this again and that.
Battle music.
Yep, they rolled a 19 and on one of them rolled a 19. I got to do the same on the second one. That's only one of them's attack. Let me just do this one. Give me a second Constitution save. Same
Well,
thing, DC 12.
is that 19 with the minus D4?
Yeah, no, it is a. That's correct. This would be a 15 with the D4.
So that doesn't hit then.
Roll a D4. Let's see how much you're going to
Oh,
subtract.
I have to roll the D4?
I'll roll it if you want. Doesn't matter who rolls it. I'll roll it real quick here. Okay.
I
Yeah,
just
they
did.
subtract. They have to subtract the full 4, so it's only a 15. Now the second one still gets her attack, however. Come on, game. This sheet. Come on.
It's taking forever.
Yes.
Feel your pain.
It won't even change over to the sheets that I want. And then when it says at what level, I click it and I click it and I click it and it doesn't come up. Hi, come on. I can't get the higher level cast. There we go. All right. That one only rolled an 8 and would have had to subtract more than that.
Yeah.
So now it's got too many of
Essentially
these
17 or less, then don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Can't get any of the sheets off now. They're just stuck there. Cancel. Finally. Okay. All right, so they all missed by one way or another, and you only took that one damage. They then send their brooms at you, which begin to pummel on you.
Bring it.
They make 2 melee attacks. So each broom is going to try to hit you twice. So there's going to be 6 attacks. Whop! 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 Whop. I hope if there's 6 if it took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it took all 6 of them. First attack was a 16. That missed, I believe. What did you say your armor class was?
18.
18. All right. Second one was a 9. Third one was a 14, 10. Then a crit at 25 and a 19. So the final broom, the one clear over at the right, hit you twice. And
Okay.
so the first one, you get 5 bludgeoning damage. We'll total this up in a moment. 5 from the first one because of the crit. The second one was also 5, although it didn't crit, it hit harder. So that's 10. So you took 5 bludgeoning damage after it's divided.
All right.
And with that, it is Sylvia's turn.
Let's see. Alright, Durak is in the middle of it. I'm going to yell at Durak and going, "Hey, are you good there?" Okay.
Whatever that was.
I'm raging and I'm being hit and I'm being attacked by everything, so I'm not going to be coherent at all.
You can hear the sound of the brooms going whop, 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 whop.
Waka 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 waka.
Let's see. Okay. That I need to do one small thing. Oops, come back here. Alright. Yeah. Synaptic static right on top of. But
Alright.
basically aiming towards right behind the witches, but
All right. So
I
basically
think
on
the
that,
broom.
like on that door.
Yeah, just in front of that door. I don't want to actually hit the door, even though it's probably gonna get if it does take damage from the radius.
Okay, and so you point make an intelligence saving throw. The door would fail its saving intelligence throw. The brooms would also fail it, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I
the
gotta
witches,
pin auto rolls.
one,
Sorry.
2, 3. From left to right, they did. Come on, third one. Anytime. There we go. From left to right, they did an 8, an 11, and a 17. What was your DC?
17, so one of them saved.
The one on the far right
minus
saved.
D4 from Bane.
That's right.
Oh.
So rolling a D4 here real quick. If it will click on it.
Well, anything it rolls puts it below the
That's true.
DC.
That's true. Even a 1 would put it below it, wouldn't it? So it did roll a 1, but they all failed, therefore.
For a nice whopping 30 to everything.
30 damage. Each of them takes 30 damage. Is that correct? It's not divided
I believe
up?
so, yes.
All right.
No.
All right.
Yeah, it just says anything with an intelligence score of 2 or lower cannot be affected by the spell, period. So, inanimate objects are...
All right, so then the broom, let me double check. Got to see what their intelligence is listed. Yeah, brooms are unaffected. However, the witch in the middle was destroyed by your spell. Her broom drops to the floor beside Dirok. The other two, I think actually 30 is enough to take all of them out there. That's all they got. So,
Oops!
So basically, the door is unaffected because it's inanimate. The brooms are unaffected because they're inanimate and have low intelligence. So you basically wiped all of them out. Kill steal again.
I haven't done that in a while, though. Oh, huh. I guess they were squishier than I expected. Unless they were illusions?
I'm gonna keep attacking the brooms.
The brooms have all dropped to the floor, although the odd thing is when you kind of look at them and bend down and look at these brooms, they're hanging about 2 inches off the floor.
Victor comes rushing in. I heard there were witches with a capital. Wait, what? Is Dirok playing with cleaning implements?
I made them go slutty. Yeah, I'm not even sure how that happened.
I grab one of the brooms
and start sweeping.
The broom doesn't want to be picked up. You start to pick it up, and it's like you just hit a brick
I have
wall.
advantage on strength checks with while raging.
There is clearly something magical going on here, and the
You're put on one of the hats.
Fine,
simply is not moving.
I'm attacking the brooms. I'm attacking the brooms.
Okay, but except that we're out of combat, so you attack the brooms on a free attack. Give me your attack. Which broom are you attacking?
The middle one.
Okay. You do 14 damage on it, and a lot of the bristles have disappeared, and half of the handle is now gone.
I kick the broom and I start walking away, going to the door.
Give me a dexterity roll.
I have danger sense. Oh wait, no, dexterity roll, not save. 15.
You hit the broom, and as if it is a totally immovable object, but you barely manage to miss breaking a toe.
It's still not moving?
It is still not moving.
No, F the door. I'm going to break this broom. I'm attacking with the great axe now.
Durok.
Nope. I pull out the great axe. An 11.
Epotus looks over to Vlad. So, how much do you want to bet those are illusions?
Well,
The
he's
broom-
making
They're not
physical
moving.
You
is
are
the thing.
You are so
contact.
mad and raging so mad at this broom that almost broke your toe that you miss it completely and hit the floor.
I do it again.
That one hits for 9, and the broom falls into splinters, all of which are floating about 2 inches above the floor.
I don't care about the other brooms. I'm going to
Would
the
I
door now.
remember reading about anything like this in books or just in the general sense of bardic studies?
Yes, I won't even make you roll. These
Okay.
kinds of brooms are known to be magical, enacted, and bound to certain creatures that have the ability to animate them. That they cannot be animated or controlled in any way by any other creature than the creature to which they belong.
Yeah, keep breaking them.
The doors to your east there swing open from the noise of battle.
Which door?
Up
those
by
doors.
Vlad, Epotus, Sylvia, Victor, those doors up there swing open.
Oh, it sucks
And
to be you guys.
two humanoids, they look like they are possibly humans, in dark hoods. Where's the... There it is.
It's the FBI. I can't go back to prison. Epotus runs.
That's not it. Where's the stupid... I must have tried to move... Oh no, it's right there. I can almost see it. It's really... I've got the GM layer down so low to keep it from showing on the thing that I can't see it myself. Anyway, two creatures in dark robes, both carrying bladed weapons, appear at the door and start for the group of them. I probably should have just left the... Let me put the battle order back up.
Yep. Like I said, sucks to be you guys. Those are assassins.
No one expects the Spanish Drowquisition.
Hey, what was the point of giving me the inspiration then?
I'm still angry at that broom that almost broke my toe.
Yeah.
And I'm not close enough to even hear this. I'm still at the door.
Okay,
How
now
far
let
away
me
is...
put you in a new turn order
Damn, that's
here.
like 50.
And first one up is Duroc, so you're not doing anything. What are you doing? You're actually in...
Here, let's see if I pass a perception. What's the perception if I hear these doors open to the north of me and these people running around?
Oh, I would say, since you're in the middle of battle and making your own noise, it'd probably be something like a 12.
Hey, and I rolled a 12.
Yep,
All right,
you did
then
indeed.
yep. I hear them. I see people running to the doors. Let me see, how fast can I move? Oh, okay, I need to take my thing. Okay, here we go. Right there. I will move. Right there. I see someone coming. Don't worry, I will murder hobo him, and I will attack with the great axe. Since I already had it out.
And since you've been attacking this whole time, are you still raging?
Yes. I would probably say I'm probably down to a 5 or a 4 since it was only one turn and we probably
remember to put your rage symbol on you because I forget that you are raging.
Yep, I forgot about it too. So here, we'll put it at a 5. All right, great axe. Oh,
okay.
That did not go twice like it was supposed to. There we go. A 10 and an 11.
What about the 27?
What about the 27? Oh, I thought it didn't go twice. Okay, never mind. Then 27 and 10.
Yeah. I'll gladly
Sorry,
take the 10 and 11 if you want me to.
No, ignore the 11. Something popped up on my screen and it only beeped for me once.
And double checking, I think.
Okay.
So I thought it only clicked
once. Yeah, the
once.
27 hit. So that one would hit them for 31.
10, 20, 11. Yeah, 31.
And so, Sylvia, you suddenly have these doors swing open right beside you, rather startling, as these things come running out.
I'm gonna first yell, friend or foe?
But it's too late now. They are foe.
Well, yeah. Well, it might not be too late for one.
There's just what you can see over the lower half of their faces are covered by a wrapped cloth, and you can just see angry eyes that just look at you with pure hatred and pure evil, and they just laugh as they come out these doors.
They have weapons too. That's why I immediately attacked them.
They heard the commotion outside. They might have thought they were under attack. You come outside and finish
I mean, she did say they were moving to attack us.
Yeah, they definitely give you the feeling that they would love to have your blood.
I'm just going to hold up my hands. Probably the tiny servant is next to me doing the same thing. I go, just talk to the hand and cast Bigby's clenched fist to go punch you in the face.
Okay.
But I'll do that.
Overkill.
All right, so give me the attack roll on Bigby's fist, and then you can drag him out on the screen whenever you get a chance.
Yeah. It's should be the 1d20 plus 5 for the hand, right? I think. I forgot what Bigby's roll was for attacks.
Every Bigby's hand should just be like a desaturated image of the caster player's hand.
Yeah.
Just like this tiny half elven hand
coming out. Just roll a
d20
plus 5. Do it that way. I'm trying to move.
Oh yeah, no, I actually have it on my on the last end roll, so that's why I was asking.
Very good. So 21 hits. Give me your damage.
Damage is.
It uses the caster's stats, so it's d20 plus your charisma plus your proficiency.
Yeah, we've added it up before. She's got the roll. Anyway.
Yeah.
Give me damage.
Sorry. I'm trying to see what I need to. Okay. For each level of 5th level is death. Well, I casted it at 6th level. I need to make sure I'm rolling the right amount of dice. Excuse me 1 second, please. So it's 2d8 plus the 4d8 on top of that for the successful hit. So that is 6d8. Boop, boop.
And that is the northern one?
Yeah, it's the guy coming right on top. I'm gonna put
Well, there's 2 of them coming out. That's why it's the northern of the 2 that you hit.
Closest to me.
Okay, they're kind of the same, but anyway, 23 damage on the top one. That'll do.
Boom, there. That'll help mark it now.
Yep. Let me shrink that just a little bit, so it's more like a fist. All right.
There's the stat rolls. Okay.
And so we are up to them. They are attacking. Come near you. There's that, and let's see. Does Bigby's hand get an attack of opportunity?
I think we rolled no. I think we rolled no on that one.
It ignores the hand, moves past it, and moves towards you, Sylvia. The other one will attack Dirok. So Sylvia gets a short sword swinging at her. Actually, you know what it would do? It probably would stay here and shoot its crossbow. It probably wouldn't move past at all. it would shoot a crossbow at you. So that's only one attack on the crossbow. 16 to hit.
That would hit.
Okay, you take.
Yay for armor class of 15, guys!
You take, I need a DC 15 con save, please.
Con save?
You done got poisoned.
Shut up.
Okay, you saved on the poison. So you, let's see, saving throw, take, get out of the way. Taking, only on the fail, all right. Half as much on a 6 save. All right, so you take 5 piercing damage plus half of 29 is 14 poison damage. So you took 19 damage overall.
Ow!
The assassin by Dirok uses its short sword. Waiting on 8 and 24 hits. The 24 gives you, I need the same thing. I need a DC 15 con save on Dirok.
26.
You saved. So
27.
Okay, you saved. So you took 5 piercing and 31. That would be 15 poison, 5, 20. So altogether you took 10 damage.
Is that already halved or?
Yes, you took 20 damage. Let's see. Yeah, because you halved it for the save. You took a total of 20 damage. Then you have it again for your rage is 10 damage that you took.
Okay.
It is Victor's turn.
Uh-oh, guys. Right. Bad news, I'm in the double digits now.
Oh no, perish the thought.
Let's see. I am going to back off a little bit and toss produce flame at the one behind Bigby's hand.
Okay. At 20 hits, so 12, and there's no save on that, so minus 12. It just growls at the damage and it just seems to make it madder and madder. Apotus?
Yeah, Apotus doesn't want to, get yelled at. So he's just going to chill touch the one next to Bigby's hand.
Okay. That's a hit for a 16 necrotic. And that thing just is taking all this damage and keeps on ticking. These guys are clearly very powerful, able to take a lot of hit. Vlad, unless Apotus has anything else?
Do these things appear to be humanoids?
Yes. They move and act like they are elves or humans of some kind.
I will cast Whole Person at 3rd level and target both of them. You just, there it is.
Okay, they have to
Basically,
cast
it's a wisdom saving throw.
17.
If they fail, they're paralyzed. Yes, ma'am?
Okay, wisdom 17. Top one and bottom one. The top one fails, the bottom one saved. So the top one is held. If I can get its... It is webbed. Alright, the bottom one, however, managed to save. That is an action, yeah. Alright, Dirok?
Yeah, it's alright if he saved or not, because I'm blocking his path. He's not getting out of here alive. I will attack recklessly. As soon as I get back up to the part. Here we go.
And reckless
19
is advantage?
Advantage on attacks.
Yeah.
19 and 21.
Those are both hits. So 19 damage on him.
And that will end my turn.
Sylvia.
Let's see here. What am I gonna do?
Probably Bigby's.
I mean, it works so great, but I'm actually going to see what's my. I am going to move back first, like just kind of retreat a little bit to give myself a little bit more blocked. I don't know somehow. And then I'm just gonna keep pummeling the dude. I mean, it seems to be working pretty well. I also realized on the sheet that I did actually, I think, fix the sheet. So hopefully the clenched fist actually works.
Okay, roll it. Okay, very good. So 28 hits for 22 force damage. 22 minus 22.
I think I need to roll another, because I did cast this at higher level. I don't think it's calculated for that. I think I need to do another 2d8 though.
Yeah, it's giving you 4d8 on that roll, so you, if you're doing 60...
Not only does it have advantage because it's a melee attack, it also auto because it's paralyzed.
Oh, that's right, it does. So it takes the other 15. You're right. That's right, because it is paralyzed. Minus 15. It takes that as well. All right. Now roll your 2d8. Yeah. So it takes another 8 damage.
Bigby's hand cleans up every time.
Yeah. The dude
well, you
on
cast
the
it at
north...
6th level, right?
Yeah.
You roll an additional 2d8.
I did.
She did.
No, on top of that.
I did. Why do I have to roll on top of that?
It's 68 for the base attack, and then another 68 for the crit.
It's 4. Oh.
Yeah, you critted, so you would double your attack. So another 2d8. He's right.
Oh yeah, okay. Another 2d8 on the crit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another 10.
To which I crit on that one.
Bigby's hand and whole person go together very well.
They certainly do. Okay, the assassin, that one cannot attack, but the one on the south is going to whack at Dirok. Short sword. Come on. Waiting. It's apparently not going to come up, or it's going to come up. There, all at once it came up. There we go. 11 and 12 both miss, so nothing hits on that one.
I did Relentless, so he has advantage.
Well, actually, yeah, I guess it does. They will hit on advantage.
Okay.
All right, so...
and it's at 16.
What's at 16?
My AC is 16 because I am wielding the great axe.
Yeah, 24 and 20 is on advantage. All right, so the first one, I hit 7 piercing damage and 32 poison. Give me a DC 15 con, first off. Matter of fact, yeah, I'll just take it once. Yeah,
29.
I'll just say you saved on both of them because I'm not going to keep rolling this. I'm trying to zip through it a little bit. All right, so now I got to have those. Let me add this all up. 7, 12, half of that is 15, makes 27. Half of that is 16, 27, 37, 43. Halved is 21 damage that you took.
Alrighty.
Victor. The one that is held and being pummeled by Bigby's is looking very near death.
All right. Let's see. I'll go ahead and throw my produce flame at it.
That is a hit. So it takes another 14, which is just exactly what was needed, it kind of it you can tell that it's struggling trying to stay alive, but it just slowly slumps to the floor as the hold person gives way and it dies. So that one is down. All right. Then you have anything else, Victor? Or is it a POTUS?
That's all.
Okay, a POTUS. You now only have one target.
If Apotus's camera goes off, he's probably got
Yeah.
baby aggro.
All right. Very good. Vlad, go ahead and take your turn on this. We'll come back to a POTUS.
Vlad is simply going to cast Sacred Flame on this. Nice, max damage.
16.
Oh no, almost max
Almost.
damage.
Okay.
I forgot I was level 11 now.
Dexterity saving throw at 17.
DC 17. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And Outpo's back, by the way. He can.
He rolled a
go
19, so he saves completely. It's not half, right? Yeah, it's not half.
Yep.
Okay, so it's saved on that. Epotus, you need to make an attack. There's only one assassin remaining.
Just chill touch it.
That is a hit for 13.
But it's like I'm so done being in melee.
Well, what
And-
I'm doing is I'm pacing myself today.
And Dirok.
Which is what I'm not doing. Let's attack recklessly again.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can do that all day long.
17 and 16.
Those are both hits, so we've got 23 damage. This one's starting to look like he's been pummeled a little bit. He doesn't look like he's completely weakened, but he's starting to look a little worse for wear. And Sylvia.
Let's see. I am going to yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna move up just a little bit so I can get kind of a better line of sight on the guy. You know, as best I can with the barbarian and dragonborn in the way. And then I'm going to just cast Firebolt at him.
Okay. That is a hit. 12. Now he's starting to look pretty beat up, but he immediately retaliates on Dirok. 14, 18 hits. Oh no, he's got advantage. 19 and 18 both hit. So, once again, you need your DC 15 Constitution save.
29.
You're rolling good on your con tonight, I'll tell you what.
That's really the only thing I'm really good at rolling.
All
I
right.
don't think I've ever lost a con save.
All right, so these are pretty big damages to start out with, so let me see what we've got here. We've got 8
great.
and 9 is 17, plus 25, 17, 37, 42, plus 22 is 44, 64, which is 32 damage to you when it's halved.
32 even at halved.
Even at halved, yes. It's 8 plus
Right,
22 plus 25 plus 9, so it's 32 halved.
So, hey guys, take a look at my at the green part of my health bar and notice how much damage he's doing to me even while raging.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you
Why
are
do you think?
gonna-
Why do you think I'm? Hey, dude, why do you think I'm back here?
Besides which, you see, because you were reckless attacking, he would have missed on a lot
I don't
of
have
these.
my shield. I have to attack
Yeah.
recklessly to make sure that I'm hitting.
All right, so now Victor, this guy is looking pretty bad, but I'm not sure he isn't looking just about as bad as Dirok. They're going to pummel each other into the ground.
Victor will circle around a little bit. Let me double check that distance. Yeah, I'm good. And he will go ahead and toss in some.
13 does not hit. Okay, POTUS.
Um. He's gonna spend 3 sorcery points to inflict disadvantage, and he's gonna cast command and say drop.
Okay, what does he have to roll against? Wisdom at what DC?
DC 16 wisdom save, and he has a disadvantage.
You rolled a nat one. All right. So, and you told him drop. So it drops whatever
Yeah.
is holding. So it drops its short sword. Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I will spend a 3rd level spell slot to get my sorcery points back.
All right, Vlad.
Vlad is just gonna rinse and repeat. Before I do, how rough is this guy looking?
Real rough.
Then yeah, he's just gonna rinse and repeat with Sacred Flame.
19 dex. Let's see here. 17. Come on. 23. He critted his save, so he saved again.
Vlad's just not doing much this fight.
All right, Dirok. This guy is unarmed. Can you finish him off?
Time for the chopping block. I should have said I was gonna take. I was going to say recklessly, but I hit the thing before.
And it wouldn't have made any difference anyway. So.
But it may make a difference for my second one.
But if you're not hitting recklessly, he also.
But I am gonna hit. That's why I said that I was going to say it before, but I hit my button before.
That's fine. You hit him for 13 damage.
Can I attack recklessly though?
The reckless gives you another attack.
Well, recklessly allows
what he's saying is he has to declare it before he makes his first attack.
But I'm saying, is there any real reason to do it?
It allows me to attack with advantage.
Look at your 2 rolls.
Yeah, but he has another.
But I have another attack, and that's what I'm saying is that I may miss my second attack. But I normally would have said that, but my finger hit the mouse button before.
Okay, go ahead and rage. Make your second attack and take advantage.
All right. See, yeah, that 12 definitely would not have hit.
All right, so 13 and 11 is 24, just enough again. He drops with an angry growl at you, and the last thing he does before he drops is pulls his mask down and spits in your face.
Do I recognize the face?
No.
Then I don't react because I'm still raging. I'll probably take another swing at him just because I think he might still be alive.
You hit a corpse.
I split the skull.
Yeah. You are out of combat.
I'm going to go to the first one that I took down carefully and start investigating, trying to see what race it was, what he has in his pockets, take a quick glance in the room to make sure there's nothing else to say surprise.
It looks like he was searching this room, but he is not all that wealthy. He's only got 26 gold on him. And he does have a regular short sword and a light crossbow on him. And the one by Dirok has 30 gold on him, same equipment.
Same equipment?
Yeah.
Sylvia. I'll give you the gold if you give me the weapons.
Collect the bolts for the crossbow, and you have a deal.
Collect the what?
Bolts.
Crossbow
He wants
bolts.
the ammo.
Wait, why do you want the ammo? Then the crossbows are useless to me.
I still have a crossbow even though I don't use it.
She wants ammo for her crossbow.
Fine, I'll just throw the crossbows then. I'll do that. All right.
Keep the crossbows and then sell them.
No, she's just tossing them over to you. They'd just be extra weight, probably.
Yeah, so You get yourself a extra 30 gold and however many bolts they have, and I'll take the crossbows and swords.
We're playing a juggling act here, just throwing weapons back and forth.
Short
They're doing a
sword.
juggling act as they toss things back and forth between the two of them, like people that
At
toss
least I'm
those
good at juggling.
bowling pins at each other. All right, that is where we are going to end it. Does anybody want to point out anything, set up anything, prepare anything for next week where you are?
I point out that I have very low health.
I point out that Sylvia used both of her 5th level spell slots at the same
No, because I casted Biggies at 6.
Even better.
Epotus casts.
Yes, it does matter. If you cast it at 6, you use up a 6th level spell.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, Apo?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay, fine, I'll just watch the VOD.
Utter betrayal.
I'll find out what you said, and then I will give my Righteous Fury if needed next week.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is where we will pick up next week, is standing outside these doors after these apparently fortune hunters got killed. And, yeah?
Sorry. Since I was trying to take a closer look at his race, do I recognize it at all?
No. You have never
Okay.
seen these people before, but they look like pretty tough, rough scum.
Okay.
Not the kind you
Ooh.
would invite to meet your mother.
Or do those look like prison cells?
No. No, they opened their doors on their own and came out. As a matter of fact, they looked like they were probably bedrooms for some of the wizards who ancient times lived here. There are some nice beds, but a lot of broken furniture or furniture that has rotted over time, dressers and chairs and wardrobes and so forth, but they are all just completely broken apart and rotted apart. It's been too many years have gone by. So the rooms themselves are pretty much empty, but obviously these assassins were attempting to see if they couldn't make a buck off something in there and hadn't come up with anything, it looks like. All right, this is where we will call it for night. Anybody know that they're going to be missing next week? Mike, is it week after next you're leaving?
It's this Friday that I'm leaving. I will be on voice. Hopefully, I'll have a laptop that I can use, but I'll definitely be there on voice.
All right, so all 3 games you will be hopefully on voice. Does Discord uses up web time, doesn't it?
I think it runs the same as SMS.
Okay, that's what I'm, if it's only using SMS, you may have to watch your internet.
Data, yeah.
So,
I have unlimited data.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then you don't have to worry. So, because you're going to have 3 games there that you're going to be running on it, so I just want you to keep an eye on it.
I mean, if he's hooked up to a Wi-Fi, then it should be okay.
He won't be hooked up to a Wi-Fi. He'll be on the road. So that's why.
Never mind then.
That's why I wanted to do it. He's got a long drive to see his abuelita. Anyway, I will see you all next week then, or hear you all next week, as the case may be. We won't be seeing Mike. So, and when's your family headed out to POTUS? Kyle?
Oh, they will be. Yeah, they'll be heading out Friday. So, Are You Sure is coming in on normal. I will be in my full faculties. Dahlia may not be. We will.
Anyway, we'll be able to see you next week, so there shouldn't be any hiccups on that. So at that point, we will wish you good night. Why don't you guys out there in Videoland start your own game? You can play this just the same. There's simple books on the Wizard site that teach you how to do a basic game. If you really want to buy something to get started, you can always buy their beginning modules that they've got that will do it. Yep, that's the Big Player's Handbook. They have a free one on their website that's a simplified, abridged version of it that will get those of you started who don't want to risk the money on a big one. So you can play games too. Have fun. We all have a grand time. Good night.